Today we are going to learn about multisim. So, what is multisim? Basically, multisim is a product of National Instruments. It is a company which makes the live view. So, multisim is a CAD tool. CAD tool means computer aided design tool. So, we are using computer for the design. So actually this multisim provides a lab atmosphere to perform the electronic circuit simulation. So it creates an atmosphere where we can perform the circuit simulation. Means in the lab what we are using, we are having the breadboards, transistors, multimeters, CROs, etc. equipments. Same equipments we are having here, and we are seeing the responses what we are doing into the lab. So how this multisim look like? So when we are going to open it, it look like this. So first we are getting this NI multisim and its version. I am having 11. Now higher versions are also available into the market. So when we click on this, then it comes like this. So this design templates comes into the picture, where we are having these dotted holes which acts as a breadboard. Then in the right hand side we are having the some equipments list, what we can see it here. Then there are the components. So this particular thing is going to look like. So already I have opened it. So now I am going to show you how this multisim look like. So you can see this particular things. This is the multisim. Now when we are coming to the right hand side, so you can see multimeter, function generator, wattmeter, oscilloscope, 4 channel oscilloscope, and so on. Various instruments are placed here. So we can take an example. We are bringing multimeter onto the breadboards. So I am bringing this multimeter. So when we click on this, to see, this is the panel where the things are going to be displayed. With the help of multimeter we can measure current, voltmeter, ohm, means resistances. So when we are going to measure the voltmeter voltage, then the waveform should be sinusoidal as well as DC. So which type of voltage we are going to make measure, we will click on this and it will perform like this. These two pins are used for the connection. So these two wires are used as like this, plus and minus. So these are, so I take another instrument, function generator. So you can take this function generator. Function generator generates sinusoidal wave, triangular wave, and a square wave. So click on this, you can see here sinusoidal waveform, triangular waveform, a square waveform. Frequency, whatever frequency we want, we can generate it. So 1 hertz is default. If I want, I can change it to suppose 100 hertz. This hertz I can change into the kilohertz, megahertz, gigahertz, terahertz. What frequency we want, we can take it from here. Especially when we are generating the square wave, then duty cycle also comes into the picture. Means what is the on time and the off time. For that one, duty cycle comes into the picture. Next is amplitude. Amplitude comes in peak voltage. What much, what value of amplitude we want to take. So default is 10 volt. We can change it to the 8 volt, 9 volt, anything. By clicking on this, we can get this. See, you can vary this. So this is for the function generator. Similarly, we are having the CRO oscilloscope. So I am bringing to this one. See. So in the lab we are having a 2 channel oscilloscopes. So just I am closing these devices. Now see, this is the panel, CRO panel or oscilloscope panel we will see into the labs, on which waveforms are going to be generated. So this oscilloscope is having 2 channels, channel A and channel B. So if at which channel we want to connect, on that particular channel we are going to see the outcomes here. and we can change the position of the waveform by giving the values into the y positions. If waveforms are of bigger length, then we can reduce it by scaling by appropriate values. Then we can scale into the time base also. So we will learn how to use these instruments according to the experiments. Just today I am showing you what things we can make it. So now I am deleting it. So these are the instruments what we are having into the multisim. Next are the components. So yes, and since place sources. So there are various sources into the multisim. So just power source, you can see we can have AC power. Just okay, you will get it here, AC power. If I want DC power, this battery comes here. Okay, so battery comes, ground. So ground comes. Ground is having a very specific property here. Without connecting ground, our circuit will not work. It works as a floating one. So we have to take care of these things. Signal voltage sources, AC voltage sources, we can connect it here. We can see here. This another voltage we can see here. 1 volt peak, 1 kilohertz. This AC voltage is something different from this power source AC power. So when you have clicked on AC power, the voltage comes in RMS, frequency comes in hertz. This is the large value. Well, for signal we are going to use this source, signal voltage source and AC voltage. Now these are the voltage sources. Now we connect another one. You can see it here, resistance, capacitance, inductors, capacitors, everything comes here. So you click it here, so resistance will come. If I want to change the value of this particular resistance, double click on these values. So you can see 1k comes here, you can change it to 10k. So the value has changed to 10k. If it's a R1, I want to name something else, you can change the label. This R1 you can put as a RA. Now you can see this becomes turns to RA. Now similarly we can have the capacitors. So what the values are showing, you are showing here in this table, these value of capacitors are available into the market. This is the very good thing associated with the multisim. All the practical components are which are available into the markets are listed here. Now we can go for another things. So you can take diodes. So diodes, you can see here there is a diode. So all the diodes are here. Normally in the lab we are having 1 and 4001. So you can see here 1 and 4001 diode came here. So this diode will look like this. If I want a Zener diode, you can take a Zener diode from here. LED, LED is available. Various type of LEDs are available here. Now, if I want transistors, so you can change in the group itself or we can click on here. So transistors. So we are having the NPN transistors. All the NPN transistors are listed here. PNP transistors are listed here. If you need MOSFETs, so MOSFETs are available here. So you can click on the MOSFET. See, this is the 4-terminal MOSFET. MOSFET is a basically 4-terminal device. So it is available here. Now, if we want analog circuits, so op amps. So op amps are available here. So one op amp is LM741, which is most commercially used, and you will read into the books. With the help of this particular op amp, you can design all type of circuits. So basically you can design a adder circuit, multiplier, subtractor, log, anti-log, comparison. Everything is possible with the help of this LM741, which is also available here. You can click it here. So now if we are interested into the digital circuits, So we can have a 74 series, various type of gates, NAND gate, AND gate, all the things are available here. So you can see it here, 2 input and hex inverter, everything is going to be present here. So these are the components what we can select from here. After then we got the components, we got the instruments. Now what we want to do it. So what we want to do, so basically sometimes we want to see the waveform in time domain, sometimes we want to vary the value of voltages, and we want to see the performances. As for example, if we want to perform a line regulation, what already you have done this in line regulation, we are changing the DC voltages, input voltage we are changing it. So for that one, so we are coming to the simulate, and there is analysis. So we can see here various type of analysis is present here. One is DC operating point. So this will tell you, if you connect a voltage, what are the voltage and current at each nodes. It will tell you. AC analysis, in AC analysis, it changes the frequency from starting from 1 hertz or zero point 0.1 hertz where we want to start, and it will vary the frequency to a larger extent up to gigahertz where you want to do it. So by this analysis we are seeing that how the device performs along with the frequency. So normally in practice you will see that whenever we are going to buy a speaker, then in the shop what we are doing it, we are telling him play the music, and we are trying to play some classical, some modern. So we want to see that every beats are amplified properly or not, and for that one this AC analysis is performed. Then there is a transient analysis. This particular analysis is used to see the response of the system along with the time. Then this is the noise, it will be not used now. Then there is a DC sweep. This particular analysis is used to vary the input voltages. So what we have done into the line regulation, we have changed the input voltages. So this is done in this DC sweep. Then there is a parameter sweep. So what we have done into the load regulation. In load regulation we have changed the parameters. RL we are changing it. That particular thing is done with the help of parameters. So we can see everything is possible here with the help of this multisim. So for today I am stopping it here. Now in next class we will see how to simulate the circuit in using this multisim software. Thank you.